everybody, it's Roya. I am back for another video. As y'all can see by the title, today's video, we're gonna have some fun, like some real fun, y'all. So to the side of me, I have a Dior box full of goodies. So what we're gonna do today is go over Dior Beauty, and I'm gonna share with you guys the creme de la creme, my top favorite everything from Dior. I get a lot of questions on my Instagram in reference to Dior Beauty, whether it's what foundation should I go with, what perfume do I suggest. A lot of y'all are wanting to try some of the La Privée collection, and y'all will see my video and then hit me up on Instagram like, girl, which one should I go with? So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do a compilation of everything that I have in my collection when it comes to Dior, and I'm gonna share with you guys my personal opinion, whether or not I think it's worth the buy. I'll be honest now, if I have it, I like it. I'm just saying, there's some things that I love, and we'll get to them, but for the most part, if I have it, I like it. So I thought this would be a good kind of like reference video for you guys to know what I feel, get my opinion. Not that you can't ask me in my DMs, of course, but I just thought this would be very helpful and beneficial because a lot of women of color are looking into Dior, especially when it comes to like foundation and face products, complexion products, things of that nature. And y'all just don't know where to go. I didn't know where to go either. It was really trial and error for me. The beauty is that at one point I worked for beauty counters, and so I've had like firsthand experience with a lot of the products as well. But for the most part, it's been trial and error for me too. So I'm gonna stop rambling, as I always say, y'all, because y'all know I can talk, and I'm gonna share with you guys the best of the best from Dior. Sit back, grab you something to drink, because I got a lot of products and I feel like this is gonna be a lot. So sit back, relax, let's jump in. All right, so first up, I wanna start with like beauty products, like makeup, lip products, stuff like that, because that's not the first thing, but the first thing that I fell in love with when it came to Dior. Like, I had fragrances, but when I started using their foundation and lip products specifically, I fell in love. So we're gonna start there. First things up are going to be my highlighter and my bronzer, both of which I am wearing today. Y'all, I have tried a lot of bronzers, NARS, Bobbi Brown, Anastasia. Who else have I tried bronzers from? Kevyn Aucoin. Hands down, this Dior bronzer is the best of the best. Here's what the packaging on it looks like. It's just a nice quilted matte packaging. This is what it looks like on the back, and this is their natural forever bronzer, or forever natural bronzer, and I have it in the shade 08 deep bronze. And as you can see, I use this thing. I use it on my eyes, like in the crease of my eyelids. If I want a little more depth, I use it on the like contours of my cheeks all the time, bridge of my nose. Love this bronzer. It is so good. And what I like about it is that it really does give you a natural finish. I also like the fact that, you guys know I'm a chocolate girl, okay? This is a bronzer that suits my complexion perfectly, but it is not overly deep. They really took the time to like invest in, I guess, researching undertones and certain skin tones and not making this too red. If you're a woman of color, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes they can go too red, too orange, too bleh with the bronzers, and so we don't get that nice just hint of sun look. We end up looking like a damn Oompa Loompa, you know? So this bronzer, like I said, hands down, when I'm out of it, I'll repurchase it, because out of all the ones that I have tried, this one is the best. You can see what it looks like on me today. It's really good. Next up, the highlighter. I am also wearing it, and I actually have it in my lid today. I have days, especially you know, when I want to keep it very neutral with my makeup, where I will either throw the Dior bronzer all over my lid if I want a nice like shadowy matte look, or I will take, after I use my highlighter on the tops of my cheeks, and run it across my eyelid. And that's what I did today. And it just gives a nice healthy glow. I have it on the tops of my cheekbones and down the bridge of my nose. I love this highlighter. Now, packaging is the exact same as the bronzer, but it's patent and it's still quilted. This is what it looks like on the back. The highlighter that I have is in the shade, and this is the Dior Forever Contour Luminizer is the name of it. I have it in the number 4 Golden Glow. Y'all, it's so pretty. It's like a peachy golden. I hauled it a couple weeks back. I've been wearing it since I got it. I really like this. Like I said, it just gives, I don't know, like a nice glow. It's not shiny, it's not shimmery or anything like that. It's just, I don't know if y'all can see that. You see what I'm saying? Let's get it to focus. But it's just old school, right? Give you a little swatch. But you see what I'm saying? Where it like, it's very subtle, but once it's there, and it does what it needs to do. I really like this highlighter. This is my first time trying a Dior highlighter. I've tried other companies in the past. I've tried other really good ones too. Y'all know I love my Bobbi Brown one, but I am interested actually in trying this in maybe another shade after I get some serious use out of this one. But the highlighters, worth the penny. Both of these are $50 if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they're both $50 a piece, but in my opinion, worth it. The next thing that I really, really love from Dior is their blushes. Now, this is the 3rd Dior blush that I have had. Right now, I am enjoying the shade 962 Poison Matte. It is a really pretty, like burgundy toned blush. I love this. I've been using Dior blushes for years. Like when I first got into like luxury beauty, Dior was where it was at for me. Let me see if I can get it to, on camera it is not showing up in its true tone. It's a lot deep, there it is. It's a lot deeper, but it is so pretty on our skin tone. And I mean, if you're darker than me, if you're my shade, if you're a couple shades lighter than me, this is still going to project on the cheeks beautifully. I love this blush. I love Dior blushes in general. They have a shade or two that have a little bit of shimmer in them. I'll be honest, those are not my favorite, but that's because I'm not a shimmery blush girl. But the matte blushes, worth the money. These are $45 or $48 if I'm not mistaken, but in my opinion, again, worth it. Go in and find a shade that you enjoy. But I've never come across a Dior blush that didn't perform super well on me. Like I said, this is the 3rd one that I've had. I've had some in the past, like I didn't hit pan on it, but I just had it so long, girl. It was like, let it go, Roya. You know what I mean? But they're definitely worth the investment. They are heavily pigmented, but not like in a clown way. They go on smooth, blend out really, really well on the skin. I love a Dior blush. Like I said, this one's in 962 Poison Matte and very much worth it. All right, next up, let's talk lips, y'all. I am wearing this is the Dior Lip Maximizer. I am addicted. I have been into the lip maximizers, the lip glows, all of that for over 10 years now. Like I told y'all in the past, I used to work at Macy's. I worked at Nordstrom. I have worked at some beauty counters, and I would just come across things, and this was one of the things that I came across that I was like, I I hands down love these lippies. So this is the mahogany shade in the lip glow maximizer. This is the berry toned one that I always purchase at this point because I've tried every shade they have. I've tried the coral, I've tried the mahogany, I tried the natural pink. The berry is the one that I love the best. They had one more rosewood. I've tried that one before, but I always come back to the berry shade. So the lip glow maximizers are amazing. I have this one in my bathroom. This one sits on my desk, and then I have one in my purse as well. That's how much I love these. So if you've been thinking about these, don't think, run to your local Dior counter and pick them up. Another thing that I really love is the Dior lip glow maximizers. These are so good as well. They're called color reviving balms, but these are something that I, again, have been using over 10 years. This is in the shade, get it to focus, this is in the shade berry. I don't go a day without this lip balm and the lip maximizer in my handbag. These are handbag staples. I don't care what's going on. I tried a plethora of lip products. I have to have these two in my bag. You can dissipate everything else, throw it up in the air. I don't need it, but these two I need. This gives me the gloss effect that I want with a little bit of plump. This gives me the balm effect that I love with a little bit of color. And the beauty with the lip reviver balms, these, is that they kind of take on your you know, natural lip color, especially if you've got the pink one. And then if you get a color, it takes on your natural lip tone, but with a little oomph on the color end. So that's great. So love these. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't love this. I like it. This is the Dior Lip Glow Oil, the Color Reviving Cherry Oil Lip Oils. Now, I didn't love these. I'm gonna be honest. Mine leaked. It was okay on the lips, but you know, it just didn't blow me to the moon like I have been with other Dior lip products. Will I repurchase it? Maybe, because I love Dior enough to say, okay, I'm gonna give y'all another shot. You know what I mean? But off first rip, I just wasn't happy. And I'll be honest, it wasn't the actual product. It was the packaging. This leaked in my Prada pouch, and I had to go searching hell and high water on Google on how to get freaking oil stains out of nylon. I got it out, but it leaked in like my little my Lululemon crossbody bag. Every time I use this, it leaked in like my handbag, and I did not like that. I ended up putting it in my bathroom, and I would use it at like night and stuff like that. So I like it. I just don't like the fact that the packaging leaks. So I'm gonna try it again in hopes that like maybe they change that. Another thing that I love from Dior, but I have not had to buy a full size of their lipsticks in forever, because they're always gifting you something. That's another thing I love about Dior. When you order from them, girl, they gonna hook you up. Like, you're gonna get sample after sample after sample after sample. I have showed y'all 1,001 samples from Dior. They just sample you down, and I love that. I love their lipsticks. Anytime I need a red, I go for 999 Rouge. It is amazing. I have mine in sample sizes, but I have the velvet version. And the one that I use the most, the satin version. As you can see, it's got like my brown lip liner all over it. Anytime I need a red, this one is it. This red is very universal. Dior hit it out the park with this particular red. I'm not an always wearing a red lip type of girl, but baby, when I get dressed, okay? If I got on all black and I'm doing like a very muted face, I want a bold red lip, okay? And Dior hits it out the park with their 999 Rouge. I have tried some of their lipsticks like years ago, and they were good as well. I always leaned more towards Chanel, but I just think that was like a maybe a packaging thing. I'm looking to try maybe like a nudie type lipstick in the near future, but their lipsticks are definitely worth it. They make, I believe it's 3 finishes, like a satin, a semi-matte, and a matte or something like that. I would have to check the website, but you get enough finishes. It comes in a plethora of colors. They even have the option of you like virtually trying them on if you want to go that route. If you don't know which one to go with, hop on their website. They are helping you along the way, I promise. So love their lipsticks as well. Another thing that I love from Dior, and I used it today, is their mascara primer. This is like their 3D Dior Show Maximizer 3D. It's a triple action lash primer serum for volume, curl, and definition. This is what, let me see if I can get it to focus. This is what the packaging on it looks like. I love this. It's just a mascara primer, y'all. But what's good about it is that it primes your lashes, and I don't care what mascara you put on top of it, it makes your lashes look bolder and more defined. I'm not a strip lash girl. I'm not an individual lash girl. I'm not a go get my lashes done girl. I just want to put on some mascara because when I get 50, I want my eyelashes, baby. I do not want to be bald headed like some of y'all tires out here on the eyelid. You see what I'm saying? So no, I don't do any of those things, but this gives me that dramatic effect that I enjoy with any mascara that I use. This is something else that I discovered that Dior sent me as a sample, and I had to have it. So love this. We'll continue to purchase it. I definitely think it's worth the purchase. I recently discussed this with you all, and this is the Dior Creme Apricot Cuticle Strengthening Cream. Love this. I told y'all I love using this on my cuticles. It just, it's thick, but it's very hydrating to your cuticles. So like, I like using this right before I go to bed with my Necessaire hand cream. Hydrated, especially with the winter months coming amongst us. If you get dry cuticles, dry hands, this is worth the purchase, promise you. Hands, the Christian Dior Le Balm hand cream, totally worth it, y'all. Totally worth it. Totally. Listen, I have tried all kinds of stuff. Y'all know I'm not even gonna pull it out, but y'all know I got that Chanel egg. I got the Byredo hand cream, Crabtree and Evelyn hand cream. You name it, L'Occitane, you name it, I have tried them. But this, as far as a luxury hand balm or hand cream, is hands down the best one I have ever tried. I don't recommend just outright purchasing this. I recommend waiting till Macy's and Nordstrom throw those 15% off beauty sales. This is always in it, and it's marked down from 60 to 51. I advise using them gift cards to get this. This is not a, I'm just gonna walk up to a counter and pay $60 for a hand cream, because baby, I could do a whole lot more with $60 than buy hand cream. So I don't advise it in that way, but I think like it's worth it because it's a really good luxury hand cream. But I just feel a way about spending $60 on hand cream. So this is something I would ask for as a gift, or wait till they're doing, like I said, that 15% off sale, or you know, bonus points or whatever. I would include this when I'm getting some free stuff, or I got a gift card or something. But worth having in your life for sure. All right, y'all, let's quickly talk complexion. I've got 2 foundations, both I love. I realized why this one was showing up all crazy on camera. It's my camera. I needed to change the settings. Like I had that little, what they call it, if you got a Sony ZV-1 or a ZV-1F, you know what I'm talking about. It has like a facial filter on it that has like a beauty filter on it, and that is why this was coming out all extra orange. Even now with the lighting, it's coming out extra orange, but when I'm like out and about, my regular face, it does not look like that. But I love the Dior Forever Matte Foundation, and I love the Dior Face and Body Foundation. I use the 2 interchangeably. Today I am not wearing either one, I'll be honest. I am wearing the Burberry satin foundation, but I digress. But these are both really, really good. What I love about Dior is that they have so many complexion options. Now, they have come out with a ton more shades, and I purchased something the other day and got a sample set from them because they've come out with a new version of their Forever foundation. So what I'm gonna do is actually test, not these, girl, but these right here, and see like if maybe it's, you know, maybe I need a new shade. Because they've extended their shade range when it comes to their foundations, in reference to the Forever foundation. So I'm gonna test these out. I'll probably be getting a new one in the future because this one's actually almost done. Y'all can't tell, but like when you do it like this, it separates really bad because there's barely anything in it. I just shook it up. But I love their Forever foundation. Go back through my videos. I have been using it for years and love it. I actually started, my very first Dior foundation was, I'm sorry y'all, my hair is just giving me grief. My very first foundation that I ever tried from Dior was the Dior Star foundation back in like 2014, and loved it, loved it, loved it. That was the first one that I tried. Not only was it the first Dior foundation that I tried, but it was also like the first luxury foundation that I tried. And I was opposed to them in the past because it was like, I just never saw, especially with Chanel, I never saw them coming out with shades for us. But Dior always had like that section that catered to us. And so I think that's why I've been on Dior foundations for so long when it comes to like a luxury foundation. Another favorite of mine are their concealers. Go back through my videos. Hands down, Dior's the foundation I've been using for like the last 4-5 years. This is just my favorite foundation. I have it in 2 shades. This is the Dior Forever Skin Corrector. And the reason I have it in 2 shades is because I was getting ready to run out of one. Felt like I needed a darker shade for like spot correcting. Then I started using them together, especially under my eyes, because they're perfect. But when I go and get shade match for a new foundation, I think I'm gonna get shade match for just like the perfect, you know, all over concealer. And then I'm gonna continue to use my 4.5 in under my eye to brighten it. I have the shade 4.5 in for brightening, and then 5 in just for like spot correcting and stuff. I mix the 2 under my eyes when I don't want it to be super, super bright, and it works amazingly. Again, very well worth it. I personally think that if you are trying to put together a very like easy luxury face routine as far as your beauty, definitely check out the Forever foundation and concealer, the highlighter and the bronzer, and the blush. I mean, girl, you'll look super, super good, but like natural and not overdone. So I highly recommend all the face and complexion products from Dior, hands down. So the next product I want to talk about is very like off. It's not necessarily a beauty product, but this is the second bottle of this that I've had, and it's the Dior brush cleaner. Blech. It's the Dior brush cleaner. It's like see-through, so y'all ain't gonna be able to see it that well, but this cleans my brushes really good. All of my brushes are either by Chanel or Sigma, and they're natural haired brushes. This has had them holding up really well. I do mix it with just a little bit of soap because I like to deep clean my brushes. But if you wanted to spot clean, this works really well. I love it. I haven't had an issue with this at all. And I like it enough to have bought it again. So in my personal opinion, it's worth purchasing. I know Tom Ford makes some. You can use just baby detergent. But if you're feeling like splurging, this one is a pretty good one when it comes to a splurgy brush cleanser. Okay, something else that's kind of like a one-off is their cotton squares. Now, to know me is to know that for years I used Chanel's cotton squares, but at one point Chanel either was out of stock, I think they were out of stock, and someone told me that Dior made them. So I went on Dior's website, ordered them, love them. I feel like they're the same, there's no difference. And then when I went to just repurchase my cotton rounds or cotton squares again, I was going to Chanel and they did a price increase. And I was like, girl, I ain't giving you $25. I felt bad enough giving you the 20. Now, Dior did do a price increase and theirs are 22. But 22 is better than 25 to me. And I know Chanel, they'll probably make them bitches 30 in a minute. Just saying, inflation is real. So I've been using these probably over a year now. I have a box and a half left. I probably need to order another box soon because these go in and out of stock on their website too. So sometimes I will just randomly order a box because I like to keep these. They're good for toner. They're good for like getting eye makeup off. I leave them in the bathrooms, both mine and the kid, or ours and the kids, and everybody use them. I don't mind splurging on these. They don't like tear, they don't shred, they don't shed. They're good. So if you're looking for a bougie cotton square, I think these are worth it. This is my newer box, but whoa, this is what they look like. And they just have a Christian Dior embossing right here on the side. All right, let's get into the fragrances, y'all. So I'm gonna start with like fragrances that you can get from a Dior counter, and then we're gonna move into the La Privée collection. So first up, this is a fragrance that I have owned multiple times over, well over a decade, because this is one of the very first luxury perfumes that I ever purchased for myself, and it is none other than Dior's J'adore. If you have been on the fence, if you have been contemplating, do I get this, do I want it, I say do it. This is the perfect spring scent. It's light, it's airy, it's feminine, it's not overpowering. If you work in an office, girl, people will always chase you to ask you what you are wearing. This would be a great in-office signature scent. I love it. I put a very good dent in it this year. I told you guys earlier in the year when I pulled out my spring and summer fragrances that this is what I was going to be pulling out, and I put a dent in this year because I just like it. It's very feminine. And anytime we were doing anything that was like outdoorsy and I had on like a sundress or something, I would wear this. I love this so much. Like I said, signature scent worthy and definitely worth your purchase. Another fragrance that I love from Dior is Blooming Bouquet. I don't know if it's gonna focus. This is Dior's Blooming Bouquet. I love this. Or I'm sorry, Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. I live for this scent. It is very, very girly. If you are one of those people who's like, I don't want it to be a boss girl scent, I don't need something that's uber like projecting, I just need something that's very feminine and girly, Blooming Bouquet is your scent. I love this fragrance. I don't wear it enough. I did not wear it at all this year, but next summer, spring and summer, it's definitely being pulled out. Doing this video is what got me to pull it out and go, I haven't worn this in forever, but I really, really love it. I've also had Miss Dior, the Eau de Parfum, but that was too much for me. Like, that was a lady, honey. I'm a lady. Who watches Martin? Anyways, that was like too grown woman for me, and I ended up giving it to my mom. But if you're looking for a Miss Dior that's right up your like sweet feminine girl alley, Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet is definitely it. Also, some things that you can pick up from the counter, body related. This is the J'adore Beautifying Body Milk. I love this. I would mix this with either the Necessaire body lotion or any other unscented lotion and pair this with the Miss Dior, not Miss Dior, the J'adore. Love this. Just makes the scent last a super long time. It's not hydrating, I will say that. Like, it's a milk. I don't know if you can see, I've used quite a bit of it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's milky. It's about down here. But it's very, very thin, right? I also have the J'adore. This is the Beautifying Body Cream. Yeah, this is the body cream, and I love both of them. I'll wear them interchangeably together. This one's always really hard for me to open though. Clarence always opens this one for me. but it smells so dang on good. Woo. Y'all can't smell this, but there's the texture. It is very, very, very thick. And then lastly, La Privée. Y'all have heard me talk about the La Privée collection. I have so many videos. I will leave them linked below of unboxings and things of that nature when it comes to this La Privée collection that Dior has. Now, I have 1, 2, 3 fragrances from that collection. I've got the Ombre Nuit. I've got Gris Dior. I don't know if it's focusing. There we go. And I've got the Eden Rock. This is very like spring summery. And I love every single one of them, y'all. I also love Gris Dior so much that I recently purchased it in a hair mist. Whoops, is it showing up? There you go. I recently purchased it in a hair mist and it is fire, y'all. The combination of the two, Clarence was like, ooh, you smell so good. I'm like, I know, boo. But yeah, this line is amazing. So it took me a long time to get into like niche fragrances. But once I did, I really went down the Dior lane and I haven't really looked at anything else. I tried Baccarat. I've told y'all how many times I tried Baccarat 540 and it just doesn't seem any different than the Burberry Her to me. What else have I tried? I have tried Le Labo. Gives very generic. I have not tried Montal and I do want to try them. And then the other like brands, they just don't really appeal to me because I'm not a big like oud girl. Dior gives me options and I love that. And the fact that I'll show you guys my little sample container. The reason I've ended up with so many of the fragrances from the La Privée collection is just because over time, y'all, Dior has just, when I tell you sampled me, like they issue out so many samples. I got like, this is a Miss Dior Body Milk. I've got this is a Ombre Nuit, like in a travel size. It's not showing, but I have these two, and then I've got like a tray of the La Privée collection samples. So I'm testing them all out because I know I do want to buy another one. I'm just not sure which one. I love the fact that they always give an amazing amount of samples so that I can come to like my conclusion on what it is that I want to purchase. But hands down, y'all, if you don't get anything else, the fragrances from the La Privée collection, y'all have heard me gush and go over these 1,001 times. I really thought when these type of fragrances started coming out that I was going to be a Louis girl because I like Louis Vuitton. But y'all, there's only one fragrance from them that I like. And it's called Attrape Rêves or something like that. And I mean, every time I go, I smell them. I've gotten samples. And I always come back to that one Louis fragrance. So I may end up picking that up this year. But everything else is a dub for me. But when it comes to Dior, all of it is good. Now they have some ouds that I'm not into and I leave them where they are. But the Gris Dior, the Eden Rock, the Ombre Nuit, the Tabaculaire, all amazing scents. So if you are going to spend your money with Dior, I highly recommend the La Privée line. Skip the counter and just go straight to this line because it is worth the money. I'm actually thinking of getting Gris Dior in like the biggest size because it is very signature scent worthy for me. So that's that on that. All right, y'all. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you were able to kind of get a gist of some Dior items that maybe you want to try, or maybe you have been able to make your final determination in reference to something you've kind of been on the fence about, like, do I want it, do I not want it? These are the things that I love from Dior. I haven't tried everything, but out of the things that I have tried, I will honestly say everything that I mentioned today is worth having in your collection. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, if you want me to elaborate on anything, y'all know what to do. You can leave it in the comments below. You can also feel free to DM me on Instagram. Y'all know I always answer you back. As always, if you're an oldie but goodie, thank you so much for coming back and joining me. And if you're new, don't forget to hit the subscription button on your way out. I'll see y'all on my next one.